Okay, hey, how are you guys doing? If there's anybody in YouTube land that's watching, if not, that's okay because I am just documenting. So, I wanted to talk about how I'm going to tell my family members, and I don't keep too many family members around me because of my journey of coming into my awakening and going on this spiritual journey. I don't keep a lot of people around me, and that is deliberately. Um, so the most important people in my life are the ones that I will tell. And this is what, if anybody out there is considering telling their family members, you have to be very, very mindful, especially if they're not open and have expanded their consciousness, because they're going to ridicule you. They're going to look at you like you're crazy, and they're always going to chastise you. I've seen so many people that have started the journey of breatharianism. This is years ago when I was fasting, because as I was fasting and learning more about fasting, I ran across some breatharians, because it is a form of fasting. It's just dry fasting. And they wanted to extend their dry fasting, and when you extend it to a certain degree, it is considered becoming a breatharian. And this guy was doing it for, I think he had did it for a couple of months, and he lived with his family, and his family ridiculed him all day long and every day. So it made his consciousness think that there was something wrong with him. And when you have people outside of your world dictating what you're doing with your body, it does something to your mind. And therefore, you will think that something is wrong with you. You will think, maybe they're right. Maybe I am going to die. Maybe I am going to kill myself because I'm not giving my body any nutrition. Maybe this is going to happen to me. Maybe I'm not doing enough sun, or maybe I'm not doing enough prana exercises. Maybe they're right. Their doubt, they're projecting their shit onto you. And this is why you have to be very careful who you tell. If you know your ish, if you know, you've studied breatharianism and you've done a lot of fasting and you've gone 40 days without food, you know what I'm saying? I've done that damn near twice. I know my body can withstand. I know my body can continue to thrive and survive. I know this. My mind knows this. But having other people inside of your realm of reality telling you that it's wrong, putting their fears and projections onto you, is the reason why you will fail, is the reason why you can die. So you have to be very mindful as to who you let into your realm of reality and who you tell that you're about to become a breatharian. It's that serious. It's life or death. It's that serious. So I'm going to, I was very hesitant. My family, the people in my family now, immediate family members, are very supportive, very, very, very supportive. But they are concerned when I go on long, lengthy fast, like water fast and dry fast, and I put myself out there and I get lethargic or dizzy because I'm overexerting. And I know this, I know better. But when they ask me to partake in an activity, and I don't want to say no. So so an issue will take place where I will faint or become lethargic, and then they'll be like, see, you shouldn't be doing that. You need to go with food. You need to have, you're not, they're projecting all their fears onto me, and that's when they become concerned. But and sometimes it's making me second guess telling them at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm second guessing myself and thinking that maybe I shouldn't say anything at all. But this is what I was going to do. I was going to take them to lunch, because it's an excuse for me to eat as a foodie and me embarking on this journey as a breatharian. I was going around, it's so funny, I was going around in the grocery stores and stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna get whatever I want. But I'm out of meat. Meat is kind of nasty to me. I taste them. Yeah, it's gross. But I'm done with meat. I got that out of my system like I needed to when I went to Jamaica. But I didn't crave really anything. As I was going up and down the aisles, I was like, what do I want? What do I want? I'm about to become a breatharian. What do I want? And I didn't, it was like, you know what? I'm tired of going through this. I'm tired of going through this, because as I would go on all of my fasts, my extensive fasts, I would do the same thing. I'd be like, oh, well, let me eat this because I'm about to go on this, 30-day juice fast. Let me eat this because I'm about to go on. And I went around and I didn't see anything that I wanted. And that's a very good sign. I think I'm mentally tapped out. I'm just tired. I'm tired of the vicious cycle. I'm tired of, I'm just tired. And when you get to that point, it's you relinquishing control and relinquishing the ego to a certain degree. And the ego plays a part in your addiction. So it's like I am chipping away at my ego, i.e. addiction to food, because I allotted myself to have anything in that grocery store. And I picked some, I think I told my dad to get the ice cream that he wanted, and I'll have a little bit. But I really, didn't really want that. What did I get? I made me some potatoes, and that was it. And I told myself, you can go to any restaurant. Of course, get yourself vegan stuff, but any restaurant, blah, 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 just do it up. Do what you're going to do, because this is big. This is huge. And I didn't. And I'm proud of myself. Not necessarily, yeah, I am proud of myself. I'm proud of myself because this is what it's going to take to end the addiction. And me feeling that way when I was in the grocery store, allowing myself to have whatever, and I didn't want it, that's a huge step. A huge step in becoming successful on your breatharian journey, because you don't want to go into breatharianism desiring anything. You don't want to do that. Yeah, you want it to be all out of your system. All right. So tomorrow I'm going to take my family out to some type of lunch, and I think I'm going to tell them. And what I'm going to do is, and if you are in this situation too, you get something, you write out everything that you need to tell them. If you know that they're open-minded individuals and that they support you no matter what you decide to do. Even if you decide to commit suicide, you best believe a good family member, a loving family member is going to have your back if it pertains to, like say for instance, you were ill, you were sick, and you didn't want to live that way anymore. You didn't want to suffer in the hospital, be on life support or in a coma, and your wishes were to get off of life support. I'm talking about that situation right there. They support you. Whatever you want to do, it's your body. Your body is yours. Nobody owns it. Nobody has any right to it. They don't control it. Those are the individuals that will assist you and be very supportive. They could have a little empathy, but you need them to be supportive. Because if they're not supportive, their negative thinking will play a part in your journey. And now that I think about that, this is real. I'm not going to tell them. This is so real. I'm not going to tell them. Fuck that. I'm not telling them. I'm not. Yeah, I decided not to. Just right here. I'm not. My dad worries so much. Even though he loves me and supports me wholeheartedly with anything I want to do, you best believe he's in that bed thinking, am I gonna die? And my sister's a nurse, so she would be thinking the same thing, because nurses know nobody in their world, goes without food, without dying, because they've seen it in the hospitals with, people going without food in hospice. is it called hospice? Hospice. You know, without food, you know, they're not doing any sun gazing, they're not doing any breath work, they're not doing the work to stay alive because they're inside of a hospital. And yes, when they don't eat, they do deteriorate and they see death. So my sister sees that. Now, yeah, so I'm not going to tell them. I'm not. Yeah, so here it is. Long story short, make sure you have supportive people around you. If you don't have supportive people, even if they are supportive, like me making this decision right now to not tell them, because my family members, you know, my immediate family members really love me and they're very concerned. And them being inside of the matrix, they're not going to understand where I'm coming from. So I decided just right here and now that I'm not going to do that. And you may want to do the same thing. Now, if you have a significant other that is into consciousness, into Buddhism, into, you know, fasting, they understand where you're coming from. So you may want to tell them. But people that are inside of the matrix, don't tell them. Don't tell them. Their thoughts will be projected onto you. And if you're not a strong person, you will make them your thoughts. And that is destruction inside of your breatharian routine. Thoughts are real when you receive thoughts from other individuals, because that's exactly how energy works. It becomes a realm, it becomes a frame in your reality. And it will mess up your routine because you start to second guess yourself. All right. That's all I wanted to say. I ain't telling them. I ain't telling them shit. All right? Take care, guys.